storm show. Ay, it's a storm show.
All right, storm chasers, y'all get on in here. Apparently the sky is falling in Hollywood. Okay, apparently the sky. Hold up. Apparently the sky is falling. All right, because now Fat Joe has just been accused of all kinds of nefarious things in his $20 million lawsuit over 4,000 acts and alleged exploitation. So we're going to go ahead and just get into it. Now, hey, happy Juneteenth. You know what? I totally forgot. Damn, it is Juneteenth. Oh, my God. Yeah, happy Juneteenth. Damn. You know what? And hey, Fat Joe. Hey, Joseph, happy Juneteenth. You've been around here saying the N-word for years, and your bald-headed ass ain't never had no business saying the N-word. You wasn't never black. You was always a fake-ass Afro-Latino, Joseph Antonio Cartagenas. This is a whole white man. And this has always been a white man. Ain't it somehow he getting sued on Juneteenth? Always want to be a ninja. Now you getting your ninja paperwork. Fat Joe. I can't believe this. And you know what else? Fat Joe has always irked me because, how can I put it? He's always irked me because there's something about him that just looks sinister. Like it's in the eyes. You understand what I'm saying? It's in the eyes. I don't know if he gives like culture vulture. I don't know. But it's something about him that always just rub me the wrong way. But if you're watching Fat Joe, I want you to go ahead and lean back and listen to these allegations. Fat Joe sued for $20 million by former hypeman in explosive complaint. Alleges rapper engaged in zigs acts with minors. A minors, and coerced. Didn't I teach y'all that word coerced here on the show? Didn't I tell you ninjas and ninjaresses? Y'all better learn what these, well, not y'all, because y'all not raping nobody, but these ninjas and the nakers, the Ritz crackers, the saltines, the Wonder bread. They better learn what coerce means. Talking about I ain't make you do it. I just locked you in a room and took the key. I ain't make you do it. I just took you on vacation to a remote island where you had no way out and took my dick out and said suck it. And you could have said no. And yeah, I'm holding the AK-47, but you could have said no. They all getting caught up with that word coercement. I told y'all. This is all allegedly. Fat Joe, don't come after me. Well, first off, Fat Joe, if you ran after me, you couldn't catch me. So if I run into you, I'm not really that worried because I'm just going to run. Because you can't catch me. You don't run at all. I ain't worried about running into you because you don't run at all. But you get my point. This is what the industry is about and built on. I don't know what's in the air right now, but everybody is being exposed. One by one by one by one by one. I'm going to tell y'all something else. Okay? And I'm going to tell you what I heard. First, we're going to come back later because I got to tell y'all my Rock Nation story, but that's going to be in the pre-recorded video. Or maybe I'll premiere it. Anyway, I'll tell y'all that Rock Nation story later. But I was told that pretty much, okay, I'm going to take y'all back. Do y'all remember that Rock Nation brunch that had went viral? I don't know if it was the one, it might have been the one Jason Lee was at. Remember when he chased Beyonce around? Like the year they was wearing, like, I think Beyonce had that blue get up or something like that. I was told that circle of men you saw at the Rock Nation had Diddy, Jay-Z, Meek Mill. I think Fat Joe was there. DJ Khaled was there too. It was some more people. Basically, it's lawsuits coming for all of them. It's everybody you saw at that little round meeting, that meeting where they was all talking, it's shit coming down for all of them. It's either going to be lawsuits or the feds coming to get them. You got to understand, this shit takes years to build. And the feds will sit back and watch you do some shit for 10, 15, 20 years. And then strike. Anyway, let's get to it. All right. So let's go and read. We on Variety magazine. There go Joseph right there. You know, the fake ass Afro Latino, probably 3% African. Talking about they give him the clearance to say the N-word. It never did, and it never will, white boy. All right, Fat Joe's former hype man, Terrence T.A. Dixon. Damn, another Dixon. Watch the Dixons. Has filed an explosive lawsuit in federal court against the rapper on Thursday. Dixon is alleging that his former boss, whose real name is Joseph Antonio Cartagena, do that sound like a nigga to you? That sound like a conquistador. Engaged in coercive labor exploitation, financial fraud, sexual manipulation, violent intimidation, and psychological coercion. Dixon adds, hold on. Dixon adds that the hip-hop star behind such chart toppers as What's Love Got to Do with It, yeah, got rich and famous while he and his associates deliberately suppressed, silence, and erased Dixon's substantial creative, artistic, and commercial contributions, which were foundational to Fat Joe's professional success and personal brand. He is seeking $20 million in damages. $20 million? The complaint filed in U.S. District Court, Southern District of New York, ain't that where Cassie filed her lawsuit? Contains so many disturbing claims about Fat Joe's alleged sexual relations with women, including minors, that it contains a trigger warning on the first page of the 157-page document. For 16 years, damn. You know how bad it gotta be for them to put a trigger warning on the paperwork? You know how triggering this has to be for them to put a trigger warning on the paperwork? Now, hold up. Somebody's, he beats his wife too, allegedly. I heard that. But you know, he was best friends with Big Pun, and Big Pun used to beat the hell out of his wife and kids. For 16 years, Dixon served as Fat Joe's so-called hype man, a common figure in hip-hop who supports the artist by energizing the crowd and enhancing the overall performance. He also contributed as a lyricist and background vocalist on such hits as Congratulations, Ice Cream, and Money Over Bitches. According to the complaint, he had an unrivaled vantage point to observe the rapper's offstage lifestyle and behavior. Damn, it's always the ones closest to you. See, this is why you got to take care of your people. No, this is why you don't do illegal shit, first off. But number two, this is definitely why you got to take care of your people. You think you going to throw away somebody that has seen you commit all kinds of crimes and know where the bones is buried? Not very smart of you, Joe. Not very smart. Dixon is represented by Tyrone Blackburn, not Tyrone, who is also the lead counsel in a high-profile case against Sean Diddy Combs. In February 2024, Blackburn filed a lawsuit on behalf of Diddy accuser Lil Rodney, alleging sexual assault, sexual harassment, and failure to pay his underling. 1 month later, Department of Homeland Security agents conducted raids at Combs' mansions in Los Angeles and Miami. If Joseph's smart, he better be burning everything now. Because, baby, the Fed's fixing to come in and take whatever bitch you got left. Now, I'm going to say this. You know, Fat Joe, while you around there being so big and fat, sloppy, and, I mean, you've been big for years. Didn't you have a Weight Watchers sponsorship, too, or was it just DJ Khaled? I ain't never knew people to be on a weight loss program for so long and they don't gain or lose. They just stay the same. Anyway, with that being said, you know, you have been eating yourself out of house and home for years. But while you sitting on that couch being big and sloppy and Jadakiss next to you being big and sloppy and y'all over there being two loud New Yorkers. You know, one thing about New Yorkers, when, you know, they will talk and you don't know if they yelling or if they just talk like that. So trying to watch Fat Joe podcast, it's just like, hey, and what happened? Hey, yeah, and come on, son, Southside Jamaica Queen, come on, son, the Bronx, come on, son, and it's just like between Fat Joe and Jadakiss, I just be like somebody turned down the volume on the mic. Like, this is what I didn't even like when Fat Joe had stood in for Wendy Williams. Remember? I didn't even like when they stood in for him because it's just like, it is not that he's bad. It's just that it always sounds like he's screaming at you. I'm like, why are you yelling at me? I didn't do nothing to you, Joe. I didn't take your chicken. Like, you know, son, yeah, B, come on, sir. It was just like, they don't need no mics. Take that mic and let me tell you something. When you interview a New Yorker, you take that mic and you put that bitch all the way in the utility closet. You get you one of them long cords to the computer. You put that bitch all the way in the utility closet because you still going to be able to hear them. Let me tell you something. A New Yorker will yell at you so loudly, you will hear them in your dreams. You understand? So Fat Joe and Jadakiss is like, they got all the mics in there, baby. It's too much reverberation. Turn it down. Anyway. Shout out to Fat Joe. Stop beating on your wife and stop whooping her ass. Stop beating on your wife and whooping her ass. Oh, boy. Now lean back. Somebody's mad. Well, let me tell you something, Hussein. Shouldn't you be worried about your people back in your homeland being bombed right now? We got bombs over Baghdad. Don't you and your people got bigger fish to fry? Hussein Bar. Your people right now, in the beginning of a fucking apocalypse, and they down there playing Katy Perry. I would hate to be the last thing I listen to is Katy Perry before I get up out of here. I don't know. Right. T said this. He's 7-Eleven or 9-11. I don't know. Either way, they got bigger fish to fry. If he 9-11, he need to be praying to the east and to the west. I don't even think he's supposed to be watching this program, sir. Ain't it one of y'all holidays? And if he's 7-Eleven, they got a country that's so damn dirty and nasty and got all that fecal matter in the water. He got like I said, he got bigger fish to fry. And he needs to be quiet before ICE come pick his ass up and send him back home. Hussein, is you 7-Eleven or 9-11? Okay. I'm out. I'm done. Move around. Move around over there. It's all good, Hussein. And not happening, cat. You said you ain't going back home. You got your papers, Hussein. You got your papers. Do you got your papers or you got your green card? Which one is it? Matter of fact, Hussein, you just reminded me. I want to go run over there to 7-Eleven right now and get me a good Slurpee. I ain't had a Slurpee in years. Can you bring me a Slurpee, Hussein, when you on your break? Can you clock out and bring me a Slurpee? The blue kind. Only blue in this household. Hussein said I had my black card. Oh, okay. You wanted the Nation of Islam's. Okay, I got you. Well, shit, you still better make sure ICE don't show up at your door. Because best believe, if that's your legal name, my man, best believe you flagged in the system somewhere. Okay, I'll move right along. I am just kidding. This is for entertainment purposes only. It's all good. Shout out to my brother. Okay. All right, so moving right along from that. Dixon states in the complaint that Fat Joe forced him into humiliating situations, including sex acts performed under duress and surveillance, accompanied by threats of abandonment in foreign countries if he refused compliance. This is everything I've been describing to y'all for years. By his own estimation, Dixon states in the suit that he was coerced into more than 4,000 sexual acts to maintain his standing within the enterprise. Damn. Y'all, I'm at a loss for words. Yeah, Hussein can take a joke. I appreciate that. I really do. All jokes aside, I appreciate that. He telling on himself, best believe when the feds come down, he gonna get immunity. Or he's already gotten himself immunity. He's protecting himself. Don't get it twisted. Over 4,000 acts. My thing is, so you mean to tell me Fat Joe got all this energy for 4,000 freak offs but ain't got no energy to get on the treadmill? He got all this energy for 4,000 freak offs, but can't at least do 4,000 steps a day. This is a lot of sex. Oh, you heard something about Natalie Nunn? Oh, you heard that on this channel first 3 years ago. When Natalie Nunn allegedly used to run them girls back and forth to Dubai. Her lawsuit is coming too. Give it 5 to 10 years. Her shit coming too. The lawsuits against Zeus is coming too. Just give it time. Just give it time. How you think they really make their money in the game? I didn't just stuck my baby toe in the entertainment industry and figured out it ain't really no money in the game like that. You either on social media or you selling ass. So just always know when you see the Fat Joes of the world, the DJ Khaled's of the world, the Rick Rosses of the world, you just really think they selling drugs or they selling ass. That's it. That's really it. That's what the world is built off of. Really more selling ass. But you get my point. Remember they found all those human fetuses up under the Catholic Church. Hello. But I already told you what that is. You know, if you know about the sacrifices, of course, a lot of those were like abortions and stuff too that people did. But a lot of that too was just it's human sacrifice. That's what the world is built off of. Especially babies, you give them to Moloch, you really will manifest some shit that you want. Or especially when you're trying to go to the Catholic Church. Yes, ma'am. Let me tell you something else about the Catholic Church. All those practices that they do, it's a whitewashed version of African spirituality. Let me tell you something else about your priests and the priests all around the globe. They go into different parts of Africa, South America, and the DR and Haiti to what? To learn the magic. So while they around here telling you don't learn nothing about the stars, don't manifestation is evil, this, that, and the third, they using magic on you all of the time. Let me tell you something else about all these different spiritualities, right? It's interesting too because there's so many different types, but one thing that is consistent is that even when they dabble in the spirits, right? There's always a Bible in the room. That's what got me too. So then it'd be like, well, you can't just focus on the Bible unless the spiritual influence the Bible. I don't know. Anyway, all I'm saying is y'all need to know. I've been inside a Catholic church. I can only tell you so much about what I've seen in the basements. Baby, they doing magic. They doing voodoo. They doing hoodoo. And they know how to use it to keep us in bondage. And I'm going to flip y'all here. You know what? I got a theory. I want y'all to stay with me. What if the reason why white people, Caucasian people, right? What if the reason why they're so focused on making sure they have their paradise on earth and that they rule the earth? Is that because in the spiritual realm? Okay, let me back it up. You know, every other race of color are slaves to the Caucasian man on this planet, right? I hope y'all know that. This is a white man's world. Well, now it's turning more into an Asian man's world, but that's just another version of white. But you get my point. They own everything, literally, right? What if they're so focused on having domination here because in the spirit realm, that's where we rule. And that's where we're in charge. Like, I kind of wonder, right? And I'm even thinking of like, remember when Kanye West came out with that short film for that album, My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. And remember, it was like all of the white people serving the black royalty at the table. Like, what if that's really the tea that we don't understand? That they rule here and they're slaves here. And they focus on amassing as much as they can and doing whatever they want here. Because wherever we go after, they ain't running shit. I don't quite know how to articulate that better, but I'm really starting to think that either that or the people that run this world, I was going to say that they just don't believe that there's a God at all, but ain't no way that they don't believe it because they spend too much time being blasphemous and not only going against God, but sinning against nature. Hold up. What if we're being punished on Mother Earth because even patriarchy, even in its existence, what if that's a sin against nature? And we know in the word, sins against nature are abominations. So what if we listen? It's about factor. Listen, I go off on tangents. Just stay with me. Really think about it. We desecrate this earth. We don't respect the earth. We don't respect the animals. We're wasteful. We this, we that. We treat women and children terribly. What if we live in such low vibrations on this planet because we're literally sinning against nature? Okay, that's all. Okay, all right. I'm putting that out there. Somebody that's spiritual. I know that didn't make no sense, and that was mumbo jumbo. Y'all filter through what I said. It's something to it. The spirit talking through me for a reason. Wow. I do want to say this though. Isn't it always interesting that these sex acts that they perform, they always record them, right? So what I need somebody now to confirm is why are they recording all of these humiliating, felonious acts? That's what we need to know. Now we know, me putting my conspiracy theory hat on, I say it's for the Illuminati. It's for the initiations. And so it's so they can all have dirt on one another. But I need somebody in one of these lawsuits to like expose that part. Blackmail. Yeah, y'all say it's blackmail. Blackmail to put each other into submission. That's my thing. Because why not do this shit and just never fucking record it? Not saying that's right, but you get my point. It ain't smart to. Why leave evidence? But if it's for blackmail to keep people under control, that's what I need more people to talk about and expose. The dark web. Yeah, we need to talk more about that openly. You know what I mean? Most shockingly, the suit claims that Dixon personally witnessed Fat Joe engage in sexual. Ooh. Man. Lucy said they use reverse psychology on us, having us chant that we want to be equal to them, not knowing we were asking to spiritually be brought down to the level of white people. They had us curse ourselves. Ooh, Lucy. Most shockingly, the suit claims that Dixon personally witnessed Fat Joe engage in sexual relations with children who were 15 and 16 years old. There's another famous rapper. I'm not going to say no names, but he loved him some 15-year-olds. Even gave one of them 15-year-olds syphilis. That's why her ass half deaf now. That same rapper wants y'all to believe he didn't start having children until his 40s. Anyway, lists 3 Jane Does, including a 16-year-old Dominican girl in New York who, in exchange for cash, clothing, and payment of her cell phone bill, Lord, She had to make sure Sprint didn't cut off her cell phone. Would perform oral sex and other sexual acts on the rapper. Minor Doe 2 is a Caucasian female and not a United States citizen. Fat Joe began having sexual relations with Minor Doe 2 when she was 15 years old after a concert overseas. Damn! 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 Boy, no wonder Russell Simmons went over there to Bali and never came back. Defendant flew. He flew her. Well, there go the trafficking right there. Flew Minor Doe 2 to New York City and Miami, Florida on multiple occasions. Due to Minor 2's body being adolescent and not fully formed, defendant paid for her to get a Brazilian butt lift. Minor Doe 2 eventually left defendant and is now married to a professional athlete. Who? Damn! Damn, I want to know who. She married to a professional athlete now. Damn, I want to know who. Oh my God. Oh, wait. You think so? Wait, Vanessa Bryant was in the industry from the time she was a teenager. When Kobe got with her, she was 17, actually. Oh my God. How old was Kobe Bryant when he started dating Vanessa? Let me see. Vanessa doesn't have a BBL. Okay, good point. But it says he was 21 and he met her when she was 17. Their paths crossed coincidentally when Vanessa worked as an extra on a music video of Kobe's, and a whirlwind romance ensued. The young couple were engaged within 6 months and married less than a year later. I still think Kobe should have married Brandy, but then again, everybody died around her, so she got that spirit of death on her. Minor Doe 3 is a Latina female who met the defendant when she was 15, turning 16. They love that age right there, don't they? Well, hell, y'all ladies should know a lot of y'all was screwing them grown ass men when y'all was teenagers. I remember I went to school with this one girl. Should I say, well, her name pretty common. Shout out to Brianna. But I remember Brianna when we were in, it wasn't junior high, it was freshman year of high school. So we were 14 and she had a boyfriend that was 26. And I remember she came into class and we was laughing and joking, and she was like, "Yeah, I just got through riding some dick." And he 26. King Todd said, "But I can't have two broads." Man, listen, as long as they of age and consent, I actually don't see a problem. I thought 16-year-olds can't consent. That depends on what state you in. Certain states, that's perfectly legal. And then in some states that's statutory rape. So it depends on what state. But what you don't have the right to do is fly any minor from one state to another. You're fucking with interstate commerce. Like if you work in a foster care system or like with CPS, like I have, in order to take any minor child from one state to another, is so much paperwork that's involved. Because if you fuck up, like that is a felony. That's a huge thing. So even if the sexual act was consensual, if this is true, him flying them in for the act of sex is still going to be trafficking, whether the actual sex was legal or not. This is civil. Yeah, but guess what? The feds is watching. The feds is watching. Okay. According to Dixon, defendant was in love with minor Doe 3. He even contemplated leaving his wife. Wow. The defendant paid all minor Doe 3's bills, even took her overseas to his tour stops. He brought her to Florida and will put her up in a condo he rented a few blocks from his house with his wife. In a recorded conversation, minor Doe 3 and her 15-year-old cousin described in detail to plaintiff how inappropriate it was for defendant, who was in his late 30s at the time, to be fawning over children. If he got it, recorded conversation, y'all know that's gonna leak, right? Y'all, it's only a matter of time. Hold up, I need to do the math now. Okay, how old is Fat Joe? So Fat Joe is 54. So if he was in his late 30s, let's say late 30s, late 30s is what at least consider what, 37? So this was around 2008. This relationship he had with minor Doe 3, who was 15. Now, I am going to say this. Whoever raised that little girl raised her to get her money, because she was making sure he paid her bills and listen, that ain't right. I know that's inappropriate, that's illegal, that ain't right. But just listen to me. Whoever raised that little girl to be a hustler. Because she made sure she got that money. She kept them bills paid. So a lot of y'all getting boinked for free. You know? Never let a D-boy boink for free, because it's Barbie, bitch. I didn't penny, nickel, dime. I didn't coin the phrase. I'm just saying. Prostitute. Listen. No, he had her up in a condo. Not minor Doe 2. This is minor Doe 3. What bills does a 15-year-old have? Her mama's house bills, her mammy's bills, or her mammy, or if she Latina, her mamacita, her madre bill. She's paying for her family, paying her parents' bills. But damn, you put that in the condo. Damn. Okay, ladies, let me ask you this: how would you feel if your husband had his side chick, who is a 15-year-old, living around the corner from you and your kids, and he talking about leaving you for her and got her right around the corner, and you sticking by his side, and he's beating your ass, and he's fat? You up under you just having sex with Fat Joe is traumatic. And he whooping on your ass. and got the chick he really want round the corner. This is why nobody's marriage is impressive to me, because y'all don't even be wanting they spot. Let me tell you something. I'm out here in these streets a little bit, just a little bit. And when I tell you, ain't nobody more single than a married man. Like, married men be single. Like we really got to talk about it. Married men hate their wives. Somebody needs to do a show about it. Married men hate their wives. Cause yo, he was ready to leave his wife for this child. And now that I think about it, y'all know Fat Joe's oldest son. Now we really gonna talk. You know, Fat Joe's oldest son is not by his wife; it's by another woman. Like, a past relationship, and that oldest child has like Down syndrome or is handicapped. So the mama, after she gave birth, she gave the baby to Fat Joe, and she went about her business. She ain't never been seen since, because the baby had issues. So I wonder if he really just married his wife just to have somebody to take care of his son while he, of course, worked, provided, but also while he did his thing. Like, I'm sitting here, not to say he doesn't love his wife, but that marriage wasn't really built on love. It was built on, I need help with my special needs son. Do you understand what I'm saying? I need help with my special needs son. I know you gonna stay by my side, so I'm gonna go ahead and settle with you, and you cool with me cheating on you. I just gotta provide. I already got that. But whoever this 15-year-old was had this nigga's nose wide open. Wow. Son lived with his parents. Okay, fair enough. I'm just wondering. Because we see all these lawsuits with these famous men smashing all these chicks, and they be married. But anyway, that's just a theory, allegedly. But I want to hear that recorded conversation. All right, defendants in the suit also include Pistol Pete Torres, Richard Rich Player, Jos Petray. I don't know if that's Italian or Spanish. Who the complaint refers to as key associates in Fat Joe's criminal enterprise, asserting civil claims for violations of the Trafficking Victims Protection Act and the Racketeer Influence and Corruption Organizations Act, known as a civil RICO. Baby, this is a FRICO, as well as related violations under New York and Florida law, including unjust enrichment, quantum merit, fraudulent concealment, fraud, intentional infliction of emotional distress, and money laundering. Damn! He trying to take this nigga down. But if Fat Joe did it, he did it. Y'all said Pete and Rich a terror squad. Wow. Terror squad. Got it. Damn. Oh, this is bad. This is bad. The suit additionally names Jay-Z's Rock Nation, claiming that the company, which represents Fat Joe, knowingly participated in concealing, transferring, and manipulating Dixon's authorship rights and royalty interests and sought to intimidate, harass, and obstruct the hype man's legitimate claims against Fat Joe Torres and Joe Spatrie. Now I'm gonna say this, and it's allegedly, because I don't know if Rock Nation did that or not. What I will tell y'all, right, back to Desiree Perez. Damn, I couldn't even find that comment. All I'm gonna say is Rock Nation ain't nothing to play with. That's all I'm gonna say. According to the lawsuit, the defendants engaged in deliberate tax fraud schemes in an effort to conceal their extensive wage theft, artificially inflate Dixon's tax liabilities, expose him to unwarranted tax audits and penalties, and systematically obscure the exploited labor. The complaint cites a whistleblower account who came forward last year, as well as recorded phone calls that help paint the picture of the alleged misdeeds. This move comes after Fat Joe sued Dixon in April for slandering him, on social media by claiming that the Bronx-born rapper who enjoys high-level political connections flew a 16-year-old girl across state lines for sex. That suit also named Dixon's lawyer, Tyrone Blackburn, claiming the pair tried to shake him down for a settlement. This is the right way to fight Joe, through the system. You can't fight him no other way. Yeah, you damn sure can't fight him in the streets. Dixon tells Variety in an exclusive interview. Joe thinks he's a god. Joe thinks he's untouchable. Dixon's suit against Fat Joe goes much further than his social media posts and states that he endured a wide spectrum of sexual coercion, psychological control, forced exhibitionism, having sex in front of others, surveillance-based humiliation, shit being recorded, including being compelled to perform sex acts under observations, filmed, or directed by Fat Joe. Oh, no! Oh, no. Damn. I told you. I've literally been saying it all along. It just goes to show when they cannot control when a man can't control their lust, it get them every time. I'm man. Being filmed or directed by Fat Joe in the presence of others, tactics designed to control plaintiff's body, erode his autonomy, and ensure silence. It adds, these sex-based abuses were not private, incidental, or isolated. They were integral to the enterprise's culture of dominance and humiliation, enforced by defendants' associates such as Pistol Pete, JB, and others, sustained across numerous tour locations, including Miami, North Carolina, Germany, Spain, and Wisconsin. Fat Joe is represented by celebrity criminal attorney Joe Tacopina, who has defended everyone from A$AP Rocky and Donald Trump in high-profile cases. Wow. In Thursday's complaint, Dixon claims that the activity took place on Market America's corporate yacht and at its mansion properties where Fat Joe orchestrated. Wow! Wow! What? He's going down Barbie, pushing up in Ferrari. He's going down. I mean, he might not be. But if there's any truth to this, somebody gonna take the fall for this shit. I don't know if it's gonna be Fat Joe, but somebody gonna take the fall for this. And Dixon, I done forgot your first name already. Dixon, your ass better be in protective custody. Because y'all know Joe a street dude. This is bad. Did you see the Desiree Perez lawsuit? Listen. Let me talk about, shout out to Desiree. No, not Desiree. Shout out to her daughter, Demori. Real quick. I had the option of interviewing her. And I had to pass. We'll talk about that later why. And I hated to do it, but I really didn't have a choice. The lawsuit asks that Fat Joe okay. And, let me go back. Claims activity took place on Market America's corporate yacht and at mansion properties where Fat Joe orchestrated repeated orgies involving the plaintiff, female dancers, and minors. Defendant used the lawsuit asks that Fat Joe used his status as a hip-hop star to compel Dixon and others into degrading sexual performances, often while Fat Joe watched, recorded, or directed the encounters. These incidents occurred under conditions that included the presence of corporate security staff, surveillance cameras, and defendant's management entourage, yet no intervention occurred, supporting the interference that these acts were facilitated by and covered up by the broader enterprise and its affiliates. Dixon did not willingly consent to participate in these acts. Instead, plaintiffs submitted solely out of fear of immediate retaliation, which defendant repeatedly demonstrated, which would include financial punishment, professional sabotage, abandonment in foreign countries, or physical harm. I'm going to have a lot of content over the next few years. Hey, shout out to the men that follow me in the male celebrities that watch the show. Cause I see some of y'all stealing my shit in y'all podcast, but I'm gonna leave that alone. If you out here doing dirt and you ain't been caught yet, that's God sparing you. Stop doing that dirt. Go on, clean it up. Like go on and find you one woman and settle down and get married and leave this shit alone. You understand? Like that time in between you getting caught up, that's God sparing you. Go on, clean your shit up and get it together. And like in the industry right now, all the freak offs should be like canceled. Like maybe, let me ask y'all this. Are we all just too sexed out? It's just like, maybe we all need to get, man, damn. I wonder if that's why they building all them bunkers, because they gonna go hide on the ground. The suit claims that Fat Joe also issued veiled death threats and witness intimidation, told y'all, via direct messages, such as, "You love your family, right? Fall back in 48 hours, and we let you live." Damn. Though Fat Joe hobnobbed with some of the biggest names in politics, including then Vice President Kamala Harris, there was at least one brush with scandal back in 2010. He and members of his entourage were detained and questioned after a University of Wisconsin student reported an alleged sexual assault following a performance at the city's Orpheum Theater. At the time, Fat Joe's attorney called the woman a pretender groupie who was attempting to shake down the rapper for money. Thoughts? Damn. I don't even know what to say. Like I legitly I don't know what to say. Where were their parents? A lot of times, man, their parents be knowing. Rock Nation Brunch. All right. Y'all remember this Rock Nation Brunch, right? I got it wrong. It wasn't the one with the blue. What? Okay, I'm a little colorblind. I don't know what color Diddy and Jay-Z is wearing because y'all know I'm a little colorblind, but whatever that color is, they all wearing different shit. Anyway, I was told that all these dudes were going to be taken down by feds. Before 2030, you gonna see them all in court. You done seen Jay-Z shake some, he done shook some shit, right? Now we got Fat Joe. We see what Diddy going through. Russell Simmons left. And Yo Gotti. And y'all already know that's why Angela had to leave Yo Gotti, because he got some charges coming down on him too, allegedly. Not only that, he got a target on his back. And DJ Khaled. Did Ray J leave? Nah, he ain't left the country. Not yet. Russell bounced, yes. So pretty much most of Black Hollywood, where's Busta Rhymes? He was advocate. Yeah. I don't know who that is right next to Diddy on. It's my right, but his left. I don't know who that is. Y'all know who that is? Oh, that could be Joe's brother. He do kind of look like Fat Joe. Damn, I just got a bunch of DMs too. Hold up. Let me. Hold up. Hold up. I want y'all to watch this video. I'm gonna send it. Hold on, email it to myself. You need to interview Superhead. Oh, you talking about Elizabeth? Yeah, that will be a cool interview. Okay. I don't know about y'all. I feel like Apple is slowing my phone down too, because I still have an iPhone 12, And all of a sudden, my shit just started getting slow this week. Like processing slow, all that. All right. So allegedly, in this video, they're calling Jay-Z an informant. This was at a Rock Nation brunch. So let's play it. They say it's a camera in that ring. What y'all think? Hold up. The ring is on his right hand, right? Is on his right hand. Now, you can't say never because now they got the cameras in the glasses. They got cameras you can put in the pins. Don't get me wrong, the FBI and shit have had that technology for decades. But when I tell you the cameras that's in the glasses are like 4K, record audio, video, and shit is clear. So that would be slick as fuck to be recording the whole thing right with your ring. Because even if you look at it, it's an odd ass looking ring. And it don't match his outfit. Oh, what y'all think? Glasses, cameras and glasses been out, yeah, but people don't think about that though. That looks like an Apple Watch. Thank you. You see the technology in James Bond and Mission? Yes, they remember, they put the truth in the movies. The news is fake. And yeah, they already let you know. Yep, the way he had it pointed is like how he kind of scanning the party. Yeah. Even look at the weird ass look he got on his face. All right. Well, years ago, Gene Deal did a show on the rings. Google it, buy one. Oh, I'm definitely gonna buy one. Apple Watch does have a camera. Wow. But you know, if you're trying to do some slick shit, like, and you go on a party and they clearly see you have an Apple Watch or the Samsung, whatever, they're gonna make you take that off. They're gonna take your phone, right? They'll take your phones. Then you say, okay, well, I got more than one phone, but they're gonna pat you down all up and through your legs and all up in your butt. So you can't even hide nothing there, right? But ain't nobody gonna think about your glasses. Ain't nobody gonna think about your ring. Wow. Like, that's crazy. Yo, where is Aaron Hall? Aaron Hall been hiding. He's been hiding. Like quiet. Y'all know I did that grape story on him a couple years back. Oh, they said the light-skinned dude, his name is Sean Pecos. Pecos. Damn. Okay, what's this? Oh. Hold up. Let me go to. Yes, Josh, you're not lying. It might actually even be bigger than that. Okay, hold up. Let me go to. Damn, what's that page? That strategy. TJT strategy. Lord Jamal featuring TA and Cuban Link. Nah, that ain't. Wait, that ain't it. Actually, wait a minute. I remember this page. Wait a minute. Is this the same dude? It was probably like 2-3 years ago that just started randomly posting on Instagram and was spilling all the Fat Joe business, like the cheating, the everything. I briefly remember that. But this is allegedly who was calling out Fat Joe. He said this was in Africa when we got kidnapped. My facts are 100. Hashtag Fat Joe, don't never forget I kept you breathing. Wow, the people you see him with now left him for dead. Only suckers do sucker-ish. Ja Rule, you remember this day, right? Nego, that's Fat Joe, Ja Rule, and everybody else. Oh, he been calling him out for a while.
Hey, your man Joe just...
Hold up. So basically what he was using you for was to recruit the females.
Absolutely.
Instead of pushing your music.
Absolutely. Always. Everywhere we went.
All right, so what happened?
We're standing in the lobby. Shorty got a short skirt on. Your man Joe takes his whole hand, his whole arm, and throws it up her skirt and grab her whole jump off, bro. Like, grabbed it though, like, it aggressively though, like, let me get that. And she jumped and turned around, and the nigga was just looking at her. I was in disbelief. I looked, and she was just like, I'll be back. I gotta go to the bathroom. And I just was like shaking my head. Shorty went in the bathroom. She'd been in there 20 minutes. She never came out. She never came out. Shorty been in the bathroom 20 minutes. So niggas go in the bathroom looking for her. The window was up, so I guess she went through the window, right? We go in the parking lot. We looking for her. I was just like, damn, yo. Shorty's going right to police. I already had the guts. I went to my room. Probably like 30 minutes later, they call my phone. Yo, police coming to your room. I'm like, yeah. They was like, yeah, the girl say that, niggas have sexually assaulted her. Which Joe did sexually assault Shorty, man. If it wasn't for Fat Joe, we wouldn't be in that situation. So the cops came to my room. He's like, yo, Joe sexually assaulted me. He grabbed me. And your man Joe just...
Hold up. So basically what he was using you for was to recruit the females.
Absolutely.
Instead of pushing your music.
Absolutely. Always. Everywhere we went.
All right, so what happened?
We're standing in the lobby. Shorty got a short skirt on. Your man Joe takes his whole hand, his whole arm, and throws it up her skirt and grab her whole jump off, bro. Like, grabbed it though, like, it aggressively though, like, let me get that. And she jumped and turned around, and the nigga was just looking at her. I was in disbelief. I looked.
That's what Hassan
was like, I'll be back. I gotta go to the bathroom. And I just was like shaking my head. Shorty went in the bathroom. She'd been in there 20 minutes. She never came out. She never came out. Shorty been in the bathroom 20 minutes. So niggas go in the bathroom looking for her. The window was up, so I guess she went through the window, right? We go in the parking lot. We looking for her. I was just like, damn, yo. Shorty's going right to police. I already had the guts. I went to my room. Probably like 30 minutes later, they call my phone. Yo, police coming to your room. I'm like, yeah. They was like,
okay. So let me get off that.
Today's Top 5 Live, we got top 5 lies told by Fat Joe. Fat Joe's Fables, top 5.
I'm 10 years old. I'm in the house minding my business in the projects, and I'm making some food. I don't know why I don't know how to cook, so I got a machete. I hear a girl scream. I open the door. It's a girl I know from my building. She's Jehovah's Witness. She has a dress on. She's covering her private parts. And it's a dude standing over her, like 7 feet tall, fresh out of jail. He had a tank top, not even a cut up shirt, cock diesel or something. I run down on the guy.
Right.
I give it to him. 10 years old. Ha! Now I know if you're a coward, you don't believe this story, you don't understand it. You might have called 911, screamed. No, I gave it to him, 10 years old. Just a fat little chubby kid.
You cut him with the machete.
I hit him on the other side. Ha! He's a grown man, 7 feet tall. He realizes.
All right, that's enough. That's enough. That's enough, guys. Okay, now he's Media Man. Now you're Superman, bro. Now he's Batman. Now he's Bruce Wayne. Fat Joe said when he was 10 years old, he was.
Can we also acknowledge the fact that men do not call out other men when they are clearly fucking lying? That whole shit sounded fake as fuck. And if you're a coward and call 911, so now we cowards if we call 911? Well, he should have no problem surviving in prison. He said, just a fat chubby kid to turn into an even bigger ass adult. He never stopped eating. That's one thing for sure. I want to know what kind of drugs he's on to have all that energy to do all these freak offs. But apparently, it's not that they really actually doing the freak offs. It's that they directing them. Listen, let me tell y'all something. The Diddy's of the world, the Fat Joes of the world, all these freaks, they should have went into porn. Like, I don't know why they tried to make music because Fat Joe, your shit was always terrible. Big Pun was always the talent. Let's keep it real. He did a Destiny swap with Big Pun. I want to call him King Pun. Big Pun. But why y'all didn't just go into porn? Like, all this shit sounds like a porn shoot. Unless what we're really dealing with is grown men that have porn addictions. And they just have the money and the clout and the power and the privilege to literally live out their fantasies. Yeah, Bad Boy Productions. That actually sounds like it's giving West Coast Productions. I think Diddy would have been huge in the whole Justin Slayer era, the CJ Wright era, Cherokee, Olivia O'Lovely, like that era. The Apple Cuties, the Booty Talks, the Black Ice 1, 2, and 3, like. They should have been, Why was they giving us this shitty music for decades? Yeah, he did used to produce. Yeah, he used to. He had his music would be in the background. It was a lot of the videos with like Brian Pumper, Wesley Pipes, a lot of those guys.
Cooking with a machete. He hears some commotion outside. He opens the door. It's a little girl with her dress ripped up out there. 10-year-old fat Joe comes out of his house, attacks this man with a machete. The man runs. Fat Joe chases out. Today's Top 5 Live, we got Top 5 Lies Told by.
Okay. This nigga Dre, 6'7", was really having a sexual relationship with a minor. I can't make this shit up. Fat Joe had a full-fledged relationship with Nikki, who was underage. Who is Nikki? So just said, what you know about Wesley Pipes? Wesley Pipes raised me. What are you talking about? Brian Puppenell raised me. What you mean? They raised me. That's why I'm so fucked up now. That ain't nothing to be proud of. Anyway. These niggas are terrible. Damn, Dre, that's what you was doing in the studio with that underage girl all those nights alone. Fat Joe knew Dre was having with the underage girl because Joe was telling the guy because Joe was the guy telling him, calm down, we're going to take care of it. The girl is from Miami. She sing, and her brother played the piano. Yep, Lexington Steel too. Yep. I wonder who this is. Wesley talk too much. And that's what makes this shit funny. Yep, the Rico loves all that. Okay. Fat Joe and DJ Khaled, what happened now? Y'all gonna act like y'all don't know Diddy sucker-ish? Y'all don't want to be a part of that baby oil, I see, but don't act like y'all wasn't with him. What happened to Toaster Brothers, Fat Joe? Nikki was underage when you flew her across state lines and out the country. This was 38 weeks ago. So this Terrence guy has been calling him out for the longest. No. I'm sorry. That looked like indecent exposure.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have Jose Lazarus Moyet, aka Rays. This is Demigod. Pleasure to have you here today, Rays. Thanks for the interview.
It's a pleasure speaking with you.
So, what were you convicted of and sentenced to?
I was convicted of racketeering, drug trafficking, and 12 murders. I was charged with being the leader of the Nasty Boy organization in the Hunts Point section of the Bronx. I was sentenced to 14 life sentences plus 205 years.
Damn.
I have to ask, how authentic is this paperwork on Fat Joe?
I mean, what did you ask me? Did I sit in prison for 30 years and forge paperwork against someone who I don't know, who doesn't know me, and whose paths never cross? Look, Demigod, there are a lot of people who have never been in the feds, and so they are making comments without understanding anything. About 3 months ago, I was talking with someone who had just came off the streets, and he mentioned the paperwork on Joe. He said that he checked out all the names of the agents and the prosecutor, and they were legit. Now, with that said, why is it that others couldn't do this as well? What people don't know is that that statement comes from a proffer. For those who don't know what a proffer is, it is when you give information to the feds. There are thousands of so-called gangsters running around in the streets who did a proffer, and we would never know this. There were literally hundreds of statements made against me. Many of them I didn't see until years later. Some I still haven't.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have
Damn. Yeah, this is crazy. All right, listen to that.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Somebody called me up and said, Joe, we want to do a big pun movie. We can't do it without Fat Joe. I said, fine. Tell his wife, I don't want no money. I'll do the movie. Admit that Fat Joe never took $1 from you, never robbed you, never did it, because she knows the truth. They know the truth. Just admit it publicly. Instagram, yo, Just say the truth.
Right.
You made a mistake. You lied to people. You said Fat Joe robbed you, took advantage of your family. Truth is, he looked out for you, gave you everything, gave you money, made, but let's say the truth. Oh, I can't do that. Also, when we can't do a movie, I don't know what you want me to get stuck in my ass and drill the shit a little bit further. I don't know what to do. It's unfortunate.
And does his son? Because I feel like Chris is an amazing artist. Imagine if you guys were.
Oh no! Imagine what Fat Joe produced his new album. Just blow him up. That would be really nice if I produced the whole album of his and did the right thing.
I was just saying, some kind of support.
What support? Somebody called me up and said,
Damn. Wait until Market America finds out Lil Joey. You know where this is going. You know if I'm saying it, I got it. This was back in 2023. Yeah, he been calling him out for the longest. Let's see.
Shall we begin? Shall we begin? You already know the rules. When you come in my house, take off those filthy shoes and super violate that like button. And the story goes, Fat Joe suing his ghostwriter, TA. TA, I told you to stop playing with him. If you was going to go at Joe, stop holding back. Stop. Yo, TA, come on. We talk, TA. I told you 1,000 times. Stop playing with Joe. See, the reason why I fell back off the situation with TA is because TA was playing with Joe and not taking it serious. And Joe's not playing. I knew Joe was going to pull them lawyers out. I knew he was going to pull them lawyers out. And see, this is what y'all got to understand, right? Matter of fact, bring it. Let's rewind this. Rewind. Let's bring it back, right? So, Fat Joe had a fallout with his ghostwriter, TA. For some time, they went their separate ways. After some time, Joe gets on the internet and he calls him a sofa surfer. A sofa surfer? He called him a bum. TA wasn't feeling that. So, Tasha K was supposed to interview TA. She told me to tell TA, if somebody else touched this story before she touches it, she's not touching it. I told TA in return, do not get on, forget the other brother name. Don't get on his platform first. If you're going to go at Joe, you want to have a big dog behind you, backing you. TA goes on, forgive me for forgetting the brother's name. I forget the platform. He goes on the platform. Tasha K falls back. TA comes on my platform. We have discussions. My only problem with TA is not that I don't believe TA. I believe everything that TA is saying because there's other niggas around Joe and Joe's camp that solidified what this brother's saying.
Damn. And Hassan know, because here's the thing. Here's the only thing. Oh my God. Yeah, Sofa Surfer. Yeah, I got to use that one too. I'm gonna say this, and this ain't got shit to do with Tasha K. This is just in general. It is frustrating when you want to interview people and you want to get their story out there, And then, yeah, Tasha's always involved somehow. It is what it is. But it is frustrating when you want to get a person's story out there and then they pull a crazy move and then they go somewhere and you're like, why the fuck you go over there? You know, they wait forever to tell the story. And then it's like, once you ready to help them out, it's like, okay, look, we got to do this in order. We got to do this in a certain fashion. You can't just explode everywhere. Like we got systems in place so this shit can really pop off, trend, blah, 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 blah. Then you wake up, they ain't done an interview with whoever the fuck. You just like, oh my God. That shit be so frustrating. It's low-key why I'll be like, you know what, I'll just talk about the story once it go viral. There ain't even no point in interviewing.
And rest in peace to Percy. Percy stood behind TA. Percy had love for TA. So there's a lot of dudes that got love for Joe that said TA word is his word on the situation. So now, me dealing with things that I've seen, right? With Fat Joe, for example, Big Pun's wife. I live in Bronx River, 1455 Harrod Avenue, most of my younger life.
So by now, you've all heard of ChatGPT, and you know that it can generate text for you in seconds. However, did you know that
when Pun died, the only thing that Liza had was Pun's truck. She was homeless.
Damn.
Before she went to the shelter, she was living with her cousin Rachel in my building with her children, homeless. And for me to see Pun at the top of his game, and when a rapper dies, their network skyrockets. So me seeing what that sister went through.
So you telling me Big Pun's wife, she had nothing when he died? See, I don't know the story. I don't know the story because that's like, I think I was a baby when all that shit was going on. So Big Pun's wife was literally left with nothing. That's what Joe talking about when he said he didn't do her dirt. Got it. Wow. Y'all said nothing. He still owe Pun money. Damn. Wow, that's sad. Wow. That's why she hates Joe. Now it makes sense. I would hate his ass too. If that's true.
Shout out to her. Shout out to the kids. I stand behind Liza 110%. I didn't even realize she was in my own Facebook Messenger some years back. I seen messages that I never seen. I never seen your message, Liza. So I stand behind her and the family. And I know a lot of people was like, yo, that was 20, 30 years ago. I don't care how many years ago. If Pun was your brother and he was your rise to fame, how you leave his wife for dead with the kids?
I agree. All right, if y'all want to see the rest of that, y'all check out Hassan Campbell's channel. I'm not going to play the whole video, but I wanted to see. Let me see some.
It's going to be on YouTube with it.
Y'all better go support Elder Barge. Elder Barge got a tiny desk. Y'all better go support the legends. Elder Barge got a tiny desk. Performance sounds like the record. NPR tiny desk. Go on YouTube. Go watch it. A lot of bullshit on YouTube too.
The same YouTube you trying to now be on.
I got guys beefing with me. I don't even know these people. Like I went up in the Fat Joe YouTube and they talk. He know who I am. I know I don't. No, I don't know who you are. The other day I couldn't sleep.
I'm watching shit. I go to YouTube. I see Fat Joe has beef with. I don't know these people.
All right, Fat Joe.
Things. We get away with things. We don't always get found guilty. Sometimes we get home and we get around stuff, being sneaky. I'm not saying Joe's guilty. I'm saying something just ain't right. Some of the stories that TA was telling me, I'll let TA tell them himself. But to me, the stories that he told me, he wasn't really, he was holding back. And he wasn't telling on the internet. And it's not for me to tell. But with the story about Chiquita, the young girl, well, what I will say about Chiquita, the 16-year-old girl that Joe was allegedly in love with,
Chiquita.
TA just recently played the audio talking to the girl or the girl's cousin, one of the two, right? The girl, I believe it's the girl cousin, right? And after he played the audio of the girl saying, Joe did whatever he was alleged to do, he played the audio of a song that I never heard where Fat Joe was bragging about having a 16-year-old girlfriend.
Damn.
Who? Joe made a song bragging about doing his thing with a 16-year-old girl. Now,
damn. No, I think it's not spelled Shaquita like with an S. It's with a C. It's like I think it was CHIQUITA or TIA. I think it's Chiquita. She Latina, so I'm not sure how they wouldn't pronounce it the way we pronounce it. Check out Cuban Link's story. He will tell the whole story because he used to be a part of the terror squad. Chiquita, like a banana. Yeah, like a banana. Thank you. Yeah.
To all the niggas out there that I know that rock with Joe, how y'all rock with him after that? This nigga worse than Shannon Sharp. I mean, isn't this the same Joe that decided to speak on my situation with Africa Bambaataa, talking about if he's guilty of what he's been accused of being guilty of, all those pedos should die? Isn't that what Joe said?
Ooh-wee.
With Pitney Ship, you can compare shipping rates and delivery, then use our rate shopping recommendation tool to
for little boys. Everybody knows that. There's no getting around that. There's no I heard. It's like, nah, that nigga's a weirdo. Now Joe falls in the same boat here. And TA, I told you stop playing with this nigga. If you're going to go at him, go at him. Stop playing with him. I fell back off of the situation with TA, not TA. TA still my dude. I support.
Okay. We already saw that part. Damn, I got to dig into this because, pause, no Diddy, because wow. Fat Joe is foul and grimy. Fat Joe, Cuban Link. This is Cuban Link. Talks fetch. Oh, that's Cuban Link. I've seen his face before. I didn't know his name. Got it. Oh, this man been talking. Wow. TA been talking, but Joe paying people to not listen. Oh, I can believe that.
Common sense says.
Damn. Like, well, I know what I'm doing tonight. I'm definitely looking through all of this.
Penetrate.
All right. What do you think about the situation with Hassan Campbell and Fat Joe?
I understand about that situation too, man. I've been following Hassan Campbell for a minute. So, you know what I'm saying? I know, shit, nigga, that nigga came out talking about he got molested when he was a shorty. You know what I'm saying? And that happens to all, you know, a lot of people. When you kid and, you know what I'm saying, you're growing up, your mom's leaving with somebody else, you know, you get touched and all of that shit. And that happens to a lot of young ladies, you know what I'm saying? Most frequently happens to the ladies, but I never heard like somebody that was a thugged out dude say that like that, you know, openly. And then he said what he said about, you know what I'm saying, the whole rundown on Africa, the Zulu nation, the big boys, like the street niggas. And I remember all them niggas. I remember I remember, you know what I'm saying, B.O. You know what I'm saying? I remember when that time when he got killed with, you know, and Showbiz was there with him. You know what I'm saying? And he was with Show. So I wasn't there, but I heard about it in the street. You know what I'm saying? So I know what he's talking is real. You know what I'm saying? B.O. was a real nigga too. You know what I'm saying? He was feared. Nigga was one of those dudes. You know what I'm saying? So I remember that. And he said,
I think this is Erica Mena. Ain't this? Yeah. This the one she drop kicked on MySpace back in the day. I remember that video. Damn. And the crazy thing, it's like they're all interconnected. They're all, yeah. You ain't never seen that video where she drop kicked him? See, I remember all these little. I was a kid though. It's probably on YouTube too. Erica Mena drop kicks baby daddy. Oh no. Well, hold up.
With TS, and I had no idea that this video was even out there. I didn't know anything.
Oh, Raul was her baby daddy. Oh, okay.
It's an old video, you said. Well, the video is about 47 seconds of you running up on him and then
that's all you see.
Kicking, punching the whole. What's going on? What happened?
Well, me and Raul have been together for a very.
This is the father of your child.
Yeah, I'm the father of my son. We've been together for a very long time. The breakup wasn't necessarily the best, you know, and we departed ways. And what you guys saw is just kind of me, just like enough is enough, you know. Like,
I mean, was he
done?
Was it what money, girls? What was the fight? Because it was pretty intense.
I think with him, it was just, you know, a territorial thing. You know,
also, you were being territorial.
She's very fucking violent. And you know, we don't talk about that enough when it comes to not the same guy, okay, fine. But side note, she's very violent. And we don't like she literally gets a pass. Like extreme, like if she was black, they would drag the fuck out of her. I'm gonna tell you though, too. Women like her, yeah, she a firecracker, but I'm telling you though, she only date men that she is not afraid of. She only date men that she don't think would knock her ass out right back. I'm not falling for it. She know who to do that to. Yeah, she know what she doing. Yeah. Anyway, this ain't about that. All right. Well, listen. Hold on. I'm gonna play this real quick. And I played it before, but let's go back.
And if anything happens to me after I bring up this subject, you know what it is. There's a theory that a lot of rappers they get signed, especially nowadays. These labels, they crunch the numbers. They figure out what works, what brings them money, what doesn't. Rappers getting locked up and rappers dying on two of the biggest promotions as far as money makers for labels. Now, I've spoken to a lot of independent artists. Shout out to Source Walker. One of the things that he told me when I said, Jay been trying to sign me. I'm like, yo, why wouldn't you sign? He said, because I don't want a label playing with my life.
Facts. That's real.
That means playing with, because I'm gonna expose. That means playing with your butt. You know what I mean? No, listen, I'll be honest, look, because I've been doing music. No, because I feel like we gotta put it out there. You know what I mean? And I think a lot of listen,
where it goes.
You edit it out. Listen, you edit it out. No, listen, because I feel like
that's not what he meant, by the way. But go ahead.
No, listen.
Not what he meant,
I'm not saying what he meant. I'm just saying in general because I feel like a lot of people, like, I had like 2 record deals, right? And
they wanted your butt?
Yeah.
Wait. Hold on.
He said, yo.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Smart.
Yeah, what happened?
You was fucking with G-Unit.
Look, he ain't smoked nothing, bro. Hold on.
You ain't blink.
Jesus, okay. Sit back.
Like,
yo, who in G-Unit wanted your butt, bro?
Listen, hold on. Look.
What's his name?
So look, let me be clear, right? Now, because it's not even funny. I'm keeping it real, right? It's not even funny. Now, I'm not a homosexual. I never did no homosexual shit. Nobody never played with my butt. But what happens is
there should be no butt after that last point. You period that, and then you move on to the next sentence.
Nobody never did.
That's it. Nah, I mean, but listen, what I'm saying is, they proposition you. They do things indirectly. Like they might send a stylist at you. Right? Listen, they might send a stylist at you.
Wear this.
And the stylist is being all extra tight. Listen, homie, we ain't doing that. Or they might invite you to a party and there's no bitches there. It's a sausage party. Wait, hold on, I'm out. You saying, you know what I mean? So a lot of guys, artists that get into this game, they want to get deals. They get in, they got talent, they got good intentions, and then
have you been to these parties personally? Have you seen them?
You can't get.
That's a Doggy Diamonds question. Shout out Doggy Diamonds.
Right. You can't make it to the real.
You know what's frustrating? He's trying to spit some real shit, and these niggas will not shut up. And you know when people overtalk you, it's because they don't want you to spill some shit, because them niggas ain't done that shit.
Party, because somewhere, if you're not a homosexual, they got a filtering out process.
Yeah.
So they'll send a stylist. They'll have you out and about because they trying to drug you. So you be in a studio session late at night, and they'll see if you a meatball. Yo, bro, here, hit this blunt. You ain't see the blunt get rolled. Or yo, bro, take this drink right here. And you like, hold on, bro. Listen, homie, I ain't with that. And some dudes that get drunk. Like I've been in studios with artists, famous artists, and I seen niggas take a bottle that wasn't theirs, and they in the studio all woozy. I'm like, I'm out. I don't know what happened to that person after, but that shit didn't. It's like a nigga trying to get a chick drunk because he want to pop, right? So,
wait a minute. You even help a nigga? You not wait a minute.
Bro, listen.
Wait a minute.
Listen,
he left that nigga there with Zed.
Yeah, because
are you saying?
Yeah, go ahead.
Somebody at G-Unit try.
Anyway, y'all get the point. Y'all get the point. Yeah, like I don't get what's so funny. Like that actually showed a lack of immaturity of those overgrown men. I'm gonna tell y'all this story, right? Before we do. I don't know if the person want me to say their name, so I'm not gonna say their name, and I still got to do a video about it. But we talking about industry shit, so let's just end on this topic, right? We are about to start seeing a lot more reality shows and dating shows on big mainstream networks as well as streaming platforms centered around the trans experience. More so trans female, trans woman. Yeah, more so around trans women versus trans men. We're going to start to see trans women in like leading lady roles in music videos. I can't tell y'all who's going to be the first to, but it's actually already been done. But I mean to like be open with it. You're going to see trans women play the leading lady, but it's not going to be pushed as gay. It's going to be pushed as straight. So you're going to start seeing movies where a straight man has a love interest who just so happen to be trans. But they're not going to call it gay. It's actually technically pansexual, but they're not going to call it that. It's just going to be, oh, that's his love interest. Okay? We're about to see dating shows where straight men go after, where straight men fight for the attention of a trans female. Okay, long story short, a contact that I have was in meetings with two major networks for a reality show / dating show, right? But they wanted him to engage with trans women. Like it was going to be trans women fighting for his attention. And yes, they were going to want him to like kiss them and engage with them and take them on dates and treat them like a lady. You know what I mean? I'm not going to say the networks because then y'all might know who I'm talking about. But these are two major networks. One is a TV network. One is a streaming. That's all I'll say. He wasn't told he had to do it, but the idea was presented to him, and he very much felt pressured. The last part of that is that it was kind of presented like this, right? You do this, and then we'll greenlight XYZ. Because we know what you want to do with your career. We know where you're trying to go. This is going to take you to the next level. You're going to be viral every week. This is the next big thing. So do this, and then we promise you X, Y, and Z. Now, he told me he turned it down. Now, if he pop up and he doing it, that's his business. I'm still not judging him. But I'm just letting you know that that's yeah. So I'm not saying no names. No. I'm learning from them. I'm not going to be fooled by. If he do it, he on that side simple. Nah, he said that ain't him. I got a few books I need to catch up on reading. I'm tired of seeing that kind of help. I'm just letting y'all know. So, Storm, do you think the U.S. will get bombed over Baghdad? I pray not. But listen, I truly believe we finna go to war. And all I can say is stock up on your canned goods, stock up on having stock up on your canned goods, stock up on your water, stock up on ammunition, stock up on all that. Yeah, batteries, water, first aid kits, man, you know, gasoline, you know, all that. I'm gonna tell you what. Your bar. If you got a basement, yeah. You know what I do believe though too. I do believe, especially with the bills that were just passed in Congress, with the electronic digital dollars, the XRP and the Bitcoin and something else, right? I think they have to crash this system entirely to force us over to the digital system. I mean, to like fully be plugged into the matrix. I think either things are good, like I think that the economy is going to get so bad that people won't have a choice but to switch over, because you know all these jobs are gone. Like AI is taking over, so we're gonna need UBI, which is basically like universal basic income, is what David Yang or Adam Yang, some Chinese dude, he talked about it like a couple elections ago, but people really didn't get it. And then COVID happened, and then everything got expensive. And now people talking about we need universal basic income, right? So they want everybody digital and to fully get rid of the dollar, but then you got to force people over into doing it. Andrew Yang, thank you. So I'm like, they either gonna have to like make shit so bad to where we don't have a choice. Most people don't have a choice but to do it, because it seems okay. Now I'm just talking, because tell me if you follow me. It almost seemed like AI is about to create a permanent upper class and a permanent underclass, because most people truly are not hip to what's going on. Like they think the Chat GPT is cool and they might use it for some shit, but they really don't understand like really how people are using AI and all these different AI bots to make millions of dollars. But most people are not hip to the game. Most people are always 10 to 15 years too late. But the way that this shit is about to wipe out everything, it's like it's going to be a permanent upper class. Like basically your ass better get rich before 2030, because there's going to be permanent upper, permanent lower. But they can't have everybody out here just struggling, because then it'll turn into like a situation like the Purge, or like it'll just be dirty in these streets. Like motherfuckers can't eat, they gonna be killing each other, right? So they can't have it like that. So then I could see them providing a universal basic income, whether that's $2,000, $2,500, $3,000, whatever, to basically keep people above poverty. But then what are people going to do for work? But I guess you won't have a need to work. You'll just be plugged into the matrix all day. And we have enough entertainment to just keep people subdued to where they don't really have to leave their house. They don't really want you to leave a house. But I guess it's going to get so dangerous to where you're not even going to want to leave. I don't know. I'm just thinking. I'm just talking. Unless they're not tripping off AI taking all the jobs, because they really don't plan for that many people to be left on the planet. You know, because if you notice, you've been seeing people just drop dead. Like, unless they really don't plan on that many people even being around or surviving, so it ain't gonna matter. And then you got the AI, you'll have a small population of people that actually survive, and then they can just kind of like restart and repopulate this shit however they want. Like, right? I guess. Yeah. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, it's another reset coming. And I also believe it's another Carisha 19 coming. Like, I truly believe that. It might be next year, right? Or maybe 2027, but shit is just getting shit's getting weird. Shit's wild. Life don't even feel the same. Time doesn't feel the same. Like, I don't know about y'all, but it almost feels like, do you ever walk around and feel like you're here, but you're not here? You understand what I'm saying? Like, we're here. Like, I know I'm talking to y'all right now on the camera, but it almost feel like I'm watching myself talk to y'all on the camera. Like, we're here, but we're not here. Then, you know, then you look up them theories like, well, you know, the world really ended in 2000, or the world really ended in 2012, and we're just like in a dream-like state. You know, so then that's when you have to go down the path of like alternate realities and like different parallel universes, and like sometimes I'm just walking around and it's like I'm watching myself walk around, and I'm like, am I really, like, am I here? Is this real? I mean, in my head, like it will literally make you feel like you're experiencing a psychosis. I don't know. Yeah, I feel like you flow through life. Like, time is not real. Nothing's fucking real. Anyway, thank y'all for tuning in. I'm gonna reach out to TA. I'm gonna reach out to Cuban Link as well. Y'all make sure y'all got y'all subscription over there on stormmonroetv.com. Even if you don't want to buy a subscription yet, put in your email so you get all my updates. I'm gonna throw that there in the chat. And we out here, people. Like, comment, subscribe, share if you care. I will catch you guys later.
It's a Storm Show. Ay, it's a Storm Show.